watch, Incognito mode, Hobbies, video. Because I'm ready. As ready as I'll ever be, anyway. As ready as I would ever be. Hobbits, hobbies. 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 Not the hobbits. Those are my people.
Brought to you by walled-off tanks.
Why do you say it that way? World of Tanks.
Brought to you by walled-off tanks.
Am I crazy? Does he not say that kind of funny?
Brought to you by walled-off tanks. Hobbies.
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 What are hobbies?
Tell me.
Is rock climbing a hobby?
Yes. Oh. It was a hobby. That escalated quickly.
Hobbies. Is rock climbing a hobby? All this and more.
That went on for so long. He's probably fine, right?
All this and more on In the
Field. Metal detecting. You know, I've always wanted to try metal detecting. I think it's really cool. Like, just for fun. Not necessarily expecting to, like, find anything of super crazy value. But I think metal detecting is really cool. I've seen, like, lots of TikToks and, like, shorts of it.
Field. All right, so do you have any hobbies?
I do, actually. I have many.
Really?
Yeah, swindling larger YouTube channels, that's probably the biggest one. But outside of that, I play Dungeons and Dragons every week.
No.
Okay.
Okay, well...
No, sorry, carry on. Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was...
Nerd.
Play Dungeons and Dragons every week.
Nerd.
Okay, well...
No, sorry, carry on. Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was on. Carry on.
Do you just have a big red button that you push to mute
Yeah.
when you want to yell slurs?
The slur button. The slur button.
Mic was on. Carry on.
Do you just have a big red button that you push to mute
Yeah.
when you want to yell slurs? Tell me about your hobbies.
The older you get, the more maintenances around the house become your hobbies. I do quite a lot of gardening.
Old green thumb, eh?
I'm not amazing at keeping the plants alive or fruiting, but
I am good at keeping them.
yeah. Once in a while, landscaping as well. Like I rent the diggers and then I smooth out the dirt and such.
Right.
Otherwise, I watch a lot of YouTube.
So that's interesting because I don't.
Interesting.
I don't know if that makes me a bad YouTuber or a good one. Because
Oh, I've got my hand in the air. I have the answer to this 1 minute kudos.
am I a good YouTuber or not?
Bad! I want to guess bad YouTuber. Carry on, minute kudos.
Was that a dead body? Wait, he was there when he was digging me. There's a hand. Dang it.
Scaping as well. Like I rent the diggers and then I smooth out the dirt and such. Otherwise, I watch a lot of YouTube.
So that's interesting because I
Remember
don't.
to upload Fallout 4 Explain Part 2? I did. It's on there. I uploaded that weeks ago. It's there. It's there. It is on me channel. It is there.
And such. Otherwise, I watch a lot of YouTube.
So that's interesting because I don't.
Interesting.
I don't know if that makes me a bad YouTuber or a good one, because
Oh, I've got my hand in the air. I have the answer to this one, Kudos.
am I a good YouTuber or not?
Bad. I want to guess bad YouTuber. Carry on, Mini Kudos.
Was it the awful videos or the lack of uploads?
I'd say both, sir.
Well, Timmy, maybe one day you too can put off uploading to your YouTube channel. Something I find interesting but I'd never do is those people who go like, I know what you call it, like dredging or magnet fishing, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
What is
Where you,
it?
like, you see these
Oh,
videos.
magnet fishing. Yeah, I've seen that. That's kind of neat. That is kind of neat, magnet fishing. I've seen some clips of that.
People who go like, I know what you call it, like dredging or magnet fishing, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Where you see these videos on YouTube and TikTok, which are probably like faked a lot of the time, but I'm sure they still, you find there are just so many guns.
I love that stuff. Watching people panning for gold.
Panning for
people like
gold,
looking around with metal.
Seen videos of people pulling out old mortar shells. What do you do in that case? Do you call the fire department? Jesus. Call in the bomb squad.
Stuff. Watching people panning for gold, people like looking around with metal detectors and stuff. In fact, I was so into that stuff for a while, this is before I had a YouTube channel, that I bought a metal detector. And I went to the store and I'm like, come on, we're going to go down to a thing. We're going to go to a park or something, and we're going to find a creek, and we're just going to like metal detect around. As soon as I had the metal detector in my hand, I was so embarrassed.
Why? Well, why though? I think it's a cool hobby. I think it's a cool hobby to have. Why be embarrassed? I think it's a neat hobby to have.
Detector in my hand, I was so embarrassed. I just felt embarrassed. I can't explain it.
The reality set in that you'd have to be the guy going metal detecting.
Yeah, and we went down to like this creek, and on the way there, you'd pass by people and you'd kind of like try to push the metal detector kind of behind their line of sight so they wouldn't see you. And then we got down there, and boy, that metal detector was a real piece of shit. I didn't have much money at the time, so I just bought like the cheapest one. And so it only made a beeping noise when there wasn't anything.
That is the worst scenario. Because it still works, but it's now incredibly annoying.
Loud and awful, yeah.
On the other hand, her story's so mad she leaves you and you have to walk home that day.
We didn't find anything except like one bottle cap, and then like on the way back we're like, oh, there's a beach. All right, fine, I'm gonna try the beach.
Right.
And couldn't find anything. We're making this really loud fucking noise. People are looking at us. And then I went, all right, I'm not finding anything here. Hold on. And I threw $2 into the sand.
I'd be like, guys, this is embarrassing. I gotta show something for the work I'm putting in.
All right, I'm not finding anything here. Hold on. And I threw $2 into the sand to see if the thing would pick it up. It not only didn't pick it up, but then I lost the $2 in the sand. I was...
It didn't even pick up the coins that he put in. That's so sad. Oh, I'd be mad. I'd be so mad.
But then I lost the $2 in the sand. I lost money. Stupid fucking hobby, and I haven't been metal detecting ever since.
Pigeons! Pigeon racing?
I would quite like to get into pigeon racing.
What?
Okay.
I met a guy
Wait, is this
who
really a
bred
thing?
and
Wait, what? Is it literally what the name implies? You race with pigeons? Huh. I did not know that. Interesting. Pigeon, come here. Come here. Pigeon, I have an idea. I have a video idea. Come here.
pigeon racing.
Okay.
I met a guy who bred and raced pigeons,
Okay.
and it is fascinating. They'll race these things over,
sorry.
like 400 kilometers.
Dakota! goodness. My goodness. You're fine. Lay down, baby.
Is fascinating. They'll race these things over, like 400 kilometers.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And it'll come like down to the wire.
Yeah.
It is really cool the way they
How do they know
breed
where to
these
go?
particular pigeons and like, oh, well, this one has particular...
Wait, how do they know where to go? GPS implants? But how do the pigeons know how do they know where they're supposed to go? You can train them? That's crazy. That's gotta be some intensive training. Wow. Are they trained to follow the course? Oh, that would make sense. Okay. Interesting. Pigeons are just robots anyway. Pigeons are just government drones.
They breed these particular pigeons and like, oh, well, this one has particular stamina, but this one has a lot of speed.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can keep pigeons basically the same way you keep chickens. But
Yeah.
they just sit there and make this noise like,
That's a really good pigeon noise.
oh, thank you. Instead of like, like
Wait. I don't think I can do it. It's like he's like doing it in his throat. I can't. Back of the throat. There you go. That's a little better. It's a little bad. It doesn't help that I feel like I'm getting sick, but that was a little better.
But they just sit there and make this noise like,
That's a really good pigeon noise.
oh, thank you. Instead of like a chicken makes, right? The chickens are awful and they stink, but pigeons are just like, hey, I'm purring like a cat,
I also don't like pigeons, but I will give you that they are quieter and less smelly than chickens.
Yes.
Possibly
Right.
less tasty too, though. But my only issue with something like pigeon racing is because it's, I'm assuming, somewhat of a niche sport. I would feel like I'd want like cool video game stats involved. Like if I was going to be breeding these little suckers, I'd want to have like a UI where I can be like, here's this guy's speed rating out of 10.
They do that.
What the fuck?
They have these little ankle bracelet things, and then they have like a QR code on them, and then they have like these websites online that take all of their stats and track them by GPS.
Really? Wait, that's so fucking cool. What? I didn't know this. That's really cool.
And then they have like these websites online that take all of their stats and track them by GPS and do all the stuff. It's like crazy.
That's like sports stats, but for birds.
And you
Yeah.
know what? Here's how you race a pigeon, right?
You throw it really hard.
You go to the starting line, and then you let it go, and then you sit in a chair having a few drinks, and then someone's going to call you on the phone in a few hours and tell you that you won or lost. It's brilliant.
Oh, man. The thought of that is really funny.
Yeah, and it's like, once you win, then you can put this pigeon out to stud like a bull. This one's the
Oh,
fastest.
yeah.
Well, now it's worth like $100,000. Come on. And you put it in a cage with like 200 female pigeons.
And you play romantic pigeon music.
Man, that pigeon's getting some, huh? Damn. Lucky fellow.
With like
Ladies,
200
ladies, please.
female pigeons.
And you play romantic pigeon music.
Yeah, exactly. And you know that this is just going to be the greatest moment of this pigeon's life.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
My problem is
Yep.
pigeons suck, and I think something like a hawk or something seems way cooler to breed.
Hawks are pretty cool. Well, hawks are the natural enemy of the pigeon, you see.
So what you're saying is I should breed hawks and you should breed pigeons.
No.
We'll see who wins.
No, keep yours away from my... It's not fair. Ad time. World of Tanks sponsorship. Sandra, have you heard about this new free-to-play MMO with over 160 million players? The best thing about
Tell
World
me
of Tanks,
more.
not just that it's free, which it is that they're continuously pumping out new content. Like an old drain pipe in the Philippines, there's a constant flow of content into the greater ocean. Did you know you can enjoy World of Tanks on a console?
Oh,
or
yeah?
on the mobile
No
phone?
way.
All you have to do is call up this number and you tell them where you want to move. Yeah, go 5 yards forward. Fire. Did I hit him?
That's a hit.
Now, Sandra, this game is set in the post-apocalypse. All of the animals have gone extinct except for the tank. But then a world war breaks out between them.
Hey, Mohammed. I heard there's only one tank in the whole game.
That's not true, Sandra. In fact, there are lots of different classes of tank. You can be a healing tank, you can be a stealth tank, you can even be a druid tank. This is downtown London, before any sort of conflict happened. Boy, this really reminds me of a war.
That was so out of pocket. This is downtown London before any conflict.
This is downtown London, before any sort of conflict happens. Boy, this really reminds me of a war I can't mention, Sandra. So go to the link below and use the code COMBAT. We'll give you a Cromwell B premium tank. 250,000 credits.
A lot of
7 days
coins.
World of Tank premium account time, plus 3 rental premium tanks. By the way, they sent us some promo stuff, and some of these are like ads that have Arnold Schwarzenegger in them. And Mila Jokovic and Chuck Norris. I don't know why they sent me this, but it's brilliant. Look at this.
Also, they collaborate with Girls und Panzer.
Oh, I actually like that
know
one. Same
Girls
with
and
Valkyria
Panzer.
Chronicles. That's
Yeah.
good game. You know, Sandra, I heard they're adding a dating sim to World of Tanks. Oh, Cromwell's.
No way. Is that true? There's no way.
You know, Sandra, I heard they're adding a dating sim to World of Tanks. Oh, Cromwell, summer. My barrel is all filled with ash and debris. Take this pipe cleaner and go to town.
Oh my god! What? Oh my god, I can confirm this was a thing. Was it like an April Fool's thing? Is it still in the game? Is it still in the game though? That's what I need to know.
Sandra, how come you're in that tank?
No! We can't have the World of Tanks dating sim? God dang
You know,
it.
Sandra, I heard they're adding a dating sim to World of Tanks. Oh, Cromwell, summer. My barrel is all filled with ash and debris. Take this pipe cleaner and go to town. Sandra, how come you're in that tank right now?
I don't know.
Oh, stop, you're destroying the whole set.
Oh no.
So click on the link in the description below and use code COMBAT to get a whole bunch of stuff. Look at this stuff.
Oh my
Add
god,
over.
that's a lot. Oh, wow. What? Is that beheading? What? How's
I know
a
what-
guillotine a hobby? What? Excuse me? How did we go from pigeon racing to the guillotine?
Add over. I know what the worst hobby is.
What?
Candle making.
Really?
Oh, what's the fucking point? Go down to the store and buy a big candle for $1, or if you want a scented one, they're everywhere. Like, I don't understand why people are making their own candles. There's one fun part about candle making, which is that you can dip your hand in the hot wax, and then you've got like a claw thing that you can start, peeling away.
It is surprising that isn't some kind of therapeutical thing, because that seems like
There
somewhere
is.
like, have you been to
There
the
is,
wax
yeah,
dipping?
yeah.
Yes! Yeah, they got those smoke pots and acupuncture
Yeah,
and shit. Why don't they have
acupuncture.
wax dipping?
That's the perfect massage thing, because it kind of hurts, like a lot of those kind of treatments, acupuncture, massaging. There's like a pain element to them, but there's also like a satisfaction element to them.
I've
Where
had like
after
the wax done. I've had like the wax dips whenever I get a manicure, a pedicure, pedicure. I've had the wax dips when I've gotten pedicures before.
thing, because
nice. It
it
feels
kind
great.
of hurts, like a lot of those kind of treatments. Acupuncture, massaging. There's like a pain element to them, but there's also like a satisfaction element to them, where afterwards you feel like,
Yeah.
and then afterwards your skin would probably feel real like moisturized or something.
Yeah, because you really sweat.
Acupuncture is not really that painful. I've thought about trying acupuncture for my my migraines and like my inflammation. I've considered it. It's just those kinds of things, they get pricey depending on how often you need it done.
And then afterwards, your skin would probably feel real like moisturized or something.
Yeah, because you would sweat.
Trains, on the other hand, I could see trains because trains are like, that's a bit of a novelty. Like an old train's kind of cool to ride on.
There's this park in Melbourne, and it's got like this tiny train. And there's a little conductor.
I think this is the only kind of train I've ever been on. I have never been on a train. I've been on like a bus and stuff like that, but I have never been on a train.
Kind of cool to ride on.
Mintzey
There's
size.
this park in Melbourne, and it's got like this tiny train. And there's a little conductor dude that sits at the front. And he just gives rides like all day.
I would ride in that though.
I was enjoying the hell out of it. And I understood it all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're just suddenly all the cynicism that went into your early videos washes away. That's why you only upload twice a year now.
Yes, no, it's too obsessed with trains now. Oh, is that the DC-45? Running on time, I see.
Would you tie a woman to the tracks? Do you reckon that? Do they ever do that? Is that a real thing someone did?
I would presume so. I would presume that's a pretty good way of taking someone out.
That has to be one of the most horrible way. Like, you're going to be mincemeat 100% chance.
Oh,
There's no way you're
absolutely.
getting out of that.
Throw that one up, Jamie. Does anyone ever get tied to the railroad?
Turns out, while it's rare, there are several known instances of this happening. For example, according to August 31st, 1874 issue of the New York Times, a Frenchman identified by the paper as simply Gardner was killed in this exact manner after being robbed and left tied to a railway track. Well, that's a hell of a way to go out. Jesus Christ.
Track. When did they start using the guillotine? That was around the 1700s.
God. On October, the 10th of October, 1789, physician Joseph Ignatz Guillotine proposed to the National Assembly of capital punishment should always take the form of decapitation by means of a simple mechanism introduced in France.
Does anyone ever get tied to the railroad track? When did they start using the guillotine? That was around the 1700s, wasn't it? And that's like the same time that the train was around. Why didn't
The first full-scale working railway steam locomotive was built in the United Kingdoms in 1804 by Richard Trevithick, a British engineer born in Cornwall. This used high-pressure steam to drive the engine by one power stroke. The transmission system employed a large flywheel to even out the action of the piston rod.
they just use the train?
Well, a bit messy to clean up, I think. You can't just have a train running around covered in gore all the time.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
What's crazy about the guillotine is the last, government-issued guillotining in France happened when the first Star Wars movie was in theaters.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like the
Oh,
1970s or something.
I forgot that was at. Oh my god. To think that wasn't that long ago. Like, it is crazy. The 10th of September, 1977, after its adoption, the device remained France's standard method of judicial execution until abolition of capital abolishment of capital punishment in 1981. The last person to be executed in France was Hamida the Jean Doby, guillotined on the 10th of September 1977. May 25th, 1977, on May 25th, 1977, Memorial Day weekend opens with an intergalactic bang as the first George Lucas blockbuster Star Wars movie hits American theaters. So to think the very last guillotine execution was done the same year as the first Star Wars movie. That is fucking great. That is wild.
Being in France happened when the first Star Wars movie was in theaters.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like the 1970s or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like way later than you'd think.
Yeah. Do you reckon it hurts?
I actually think about that more often than I should because they say that your brain activity still kicks around for a good
Yeah.
30 seconds afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
Do you reckon you're just like, fuck. Wow, this sucks.
Well, you'd land in the basket and then you'd be all nauseous, right? Because you'd be like, you'd spin and then land upside down. And you'd be like, my face is right up against this wicker. This is terrible.
Yeah, this just sucks.
You know, then you might be a bit bored for a little while, like just waiting to die.
I hate thinking about this. This is stressing me out like it's something I have to do later.
Okay, what would be the worst part about getting guillotined? Because I
If it's not
suppose
sharp
the
enough.
blade is quick, at least.
If
There
the
would
blade
be
is
a
dull, because then it wouldn't be a very quick, you know, you would, it would make it much more painful if, the blade didn't slice through all the way properly.
about getting guillotined, because I suppose the blade is quick, at least. There would be a moment just before you put your head in it that you get really close to the guillotine and you kind of have this thought that's like, oh, this is really dangerous.
I should
Do you
be
know what I
doing.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you get too close to like a bandsaw or
Yeah, you get
know,
like a
something
tingle in your
shock glass.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got it. Right. So what you do is
Yeah.
underneath you want to have a bit of a lever, like a seesaw, and then you have the basket there. So the moment it cuts through, your head falls off, it launches your head straight into the air, and then it's kind of like, whoa, I get to see the whole crowd.
That'd be the worst if it like only.
What are we gonna catch it like a wedding bouquet? Person to catch the head will be immune to executions by guillotine.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like, whoa, I get to see the whole crowd.
That'd be the worst if it like only cut through halfway.
Yeah, or it gets
Yeah,
stuck,
see?
and then
Yeah.
they
You
have to,
try
like, pull it up again.
and then that's pulling your neck as well.
Wouldn't, if that happens, it would be kind of like, you know, like the electric chair. If you end up surviving, wouldn't you just be able to walk free? But I suppose in this case you wouldn't really want to. I suppose in this case you wouldn't really want to. They just drop it again. Oh, Jesus.
and they
You have to
try
like pull it up again.
and then that's pulling your neck as well.
And they just kind of like
Does
they
anyone
just
even
stand above
survive
it and
that?
just kick the
Good
back of your
question.
We're gonna need a couple fellas just to jump up and down on the blade, please. Oh, here's the problem. You tied a bloody knot in the rope. It's caught against the... It's like caught against the wooden beam.
This is very morbid.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about other ways to do the guillotine. Because you could have them at the very top.
You drop them onto the.
Yeah. Or you have an enormous spring underneath the blade. So everyone has to kind of pull, and then it goes off.
Reverse guillotine.
It's the blade. So everyone has to kind of pull, and then it goes off.
Yeah, right, yeah, like you're loading. This feels like if like as seen on TV, infomercials invented a guillotine. Like, aren't you sick and tired of that normal guillotine? And they invent this weird double-sided guillotine that can like
It
cut.
slices, it dices, and only 3 payments of $39.90.
Special offer. 3 easy payments of $39.95 plus shipping and handling. Call now. 206-555-5302. Wait, what is this number to? No, I'm curious. 206-555-5302. Doesn't come up with anything. I thought maybe it would link to something.
5 plus postage and the old dices, and only 3 payments of $39.95 plus postage and the
What a
old
deal.
person tries to drop the blade, but then they just kind of fall over, and then they're
Yeah, they try and pull on the rope, and then they just immediately go and turn to the camera.
Oh, 555 5 numbers are fake. The phone company set them aside for movies to use. Oh. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's why I just searched it, thinking it was gonna come up with something. I did not know that. Wow. I mean, that makes sense. I was just not aware of that.
The old person tries to drop the blade, but then they just kind of fall over, and then they're
Yeah, they try and pull on the rope, and then they just immediately go and turn to the camera. Like holding their wrist. What about one that's like a fan, and it's like
oh yeah, so you just keep sliding people through it.
like a conveyor, and have them turned into little slices.
Oh yeah, that would be quite nice. Yeah, we're essentially describing a deli slicer, but
Yeah,
Electric
basically.
chair. That sounds pretty bad, but I feel like it'd be pretty quick.
Okay, so how do we improve the electric chair? I'm thinking what you do is instead of one big shock, just thousands of little shocks.
They just randomly occur all over your body.
Yeah, it's like you're constantly licking a 9-volt battery.
Yeah.
What if they just tape the battery?
I don't think they use the electric chair anymore, right? Now it's just that the thingy that they put in your IV, right? I think this is, they do they? Some countries still do? They still use the chair? See, like, in modern, like, things I've seen is, like, the lethal injection. Yeah, lethal injection. It's usually lethal injections, yeah.
Okay, so how do we improve the electric chair? I'm thinking what you do is instead of one big shock, just thousands of little shocks.
They just randomly occur all over your body.
Electrotherapy.
Yeah, it's like you're constantly licking a 9-volt battery.
Yeah.
What if they just tape the battery to your tongue and then walk away and go,
It does 1 damage at a time, but eventually... Well, that's just death by 1,000 cuts, but it's death by 1,000 small shocks.
oh, fuck.
I wonder if you did just cover someone in wet 9-volt batteries, like whether you would die from starvation or like electrical current.
I think eventually, like, your muscles must just give out.
Yeah.
But it's like the muscles, it'll be your heart or brain that like gives up.
Yeah, your heart would give out. Yeah, that would be it. Yeah. You'd just get overexerted.
Yeah, okay, hold on. What if electrical chair, but there's a phone to play Family Guy on it while you die?
Not Subway Surfer. Subway Surfer and oh my god, is that Family Guy?
Good chair, but there's a phone to play Family Guy on it while you die.
What if like... Oh, shit. I just lost it.
Did the Family Guy phone flashbang to you? That just wiped your brain like a Men in Black clicker.
Yeah.
Imagine a Men in Black if instead you didn't see anything and they held up Family Guy funny moment.
Oh my god, that's accurate. Yep, yeah. I need you to look right here. Look at this TikTok video for me.
It's compilation.
Oysters. What?
One of those things that I got interested in for quite a while was oysters.
Oysters.
Yeah.
Oysters.
Yeah, I just thought they were really interesting.
You went on oysters.com.
Holy. Oysters.com. Wait, how much is it though? They don't list the price. Hold on, I'll link it. The domain is in fact available. But they don't tell me how much. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what that is. It won't be good though. And I went to this oyster tour in Tasmania, and they were just telling about all these like really interesting things about oysters.
Search on GoDaddy. Okay, hold on. GoDaddy. Oysters. You tell me the price though? .com. Oysters. No, that's not it. This is holy shit! Oh my god! Over $250,000. Jesus Christ! Oh my god! $275,000. Oysters will do, yeah. We can get oysters for like $5. Hold on. Yeah, we can get it for $5. Holy shit. Wait, how much was it in his video? Oh my god, it's like doubled. It's almost tripled the price. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oysters.
Yeah, I just thought they were really interesting.
You went on oysters.com?
I don't know what that is. It won't be good though. And I went to this oyster tour in Tasmania, and they were just telling about all these like really interesting things about oysters. So yeah, we used to have these piles and piles of shells.
Shit.
We would burn them and turn them into lime. Oh, really?
Ah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so anyway, most oysters are about 7 years old, and here's how they mate.
Let me get some of that oystersy. Yeah. I think it's a...
Let me get some of that oystersy. Some moist oystersy.
Here's how they mate.
Let me get some of that oystersy. Yeah. I think it's a clam, not an oyster, but there's a picture where like they put a bunch of salt in front of a clam and its big
goes
gross
bleh.
tongue like flops out and licks up all the salt.
Ooh.
Have you seen that?
I've seen that.
No.
Let me find that. It is interesting.
Pull that one up, Jamie. It's doing it.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah, they're pretty awful.
I just want to fucking slam my fist down on it when
Oh,
its
I don't
tongue's
like
out.
that.
Do you reckon it pulls its tongue in and goes, ooh, salty?
Did he say oystersy? Yes. Oystersy. Oystersy.
Down on it when its tongue's out.
Do you reckon it pulls its tongue in and goes, ooh, salty?
Yeah, well, that's because if it hated salt, but then like it also has to use its tongue as its like primary
my
means of
God.
transportation, so it has to like put its tongue in the salt to.
What would that tongue do, though? What that?
Like primary means of transportation, so it has to like put its tongue in the salt to get away from the salt. It's got like it's like a saw trap almost.
Yes, why hasn't anyone done saw but for animals? Yes. You're always poking your tongue out at people. Well, now there's salt around and stuff.
What if there was a Saw movie where he just did it to like innocuous animals? No one gave a shit about like clams and like deep sea anglerfish.
You're always just swimming around in the dark. Now you're sellotaped to a 800-watt light bulb. He's having like a mussel and clam stew, but he throws them all in a pot and then turns the water on to boil. And he goes, here I have set up a trap. You must escape before the water boils. But he always intended just to have a stew.
Yeah, exactly. He just watches as they boil.
I'm not a fan of oysters or clams or anything like that. I do like clam chowder, but that's because it has like just tiny little bites of clam in it. But I could never eat something like that like by itself. Like I think the texture with how chewy they are, I think it would put me off really fast. But I do like clam chowder, but it's got like the tiniest little pieces of clam in it. It's not even really noticeable.
Well, but he always intended just to have a stew.
Yeah, exactly. He just watches as they boil because they're fucking like clams and they can't do anything.
Now comes the warm butter.
If you do not escape in 10 seconds, you'll be enveloped in fresh cream which will permeate into your lungs and tongue, rendering you unable to move. What's an animal you'd like to see in a saw trap?
Sometimes I see
cockroach.
those birds that are like, they're usually water birds, and they've got these very long, slender legs. I just think, God, that would be satisfying just to walk over and be like, snap that.
Jesus Christ. Historian. Oh my God. See, I said cockroaches.
God, that would be satisfying just to walk over and be like, snap that.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't actually want to hurt it, but
Like a breadstick.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm not going to, but it's kind of like, you know, when your mate is showing off a brand new pencil.
Oh, yeah, you just...
And he's like, I love this thing. I've sharpened it perfectly. And you just want to reach over and snap it.
Those intrusive thoughts? Intrusive thoughts, right?
I love this thing. I've sharpened it perfectly. And you just want to reach over and snap it. In my head, all this stuff is absolutely hilarious. In real life, one time there was this mouse that got caught in a mouse trap at our place, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't finish him, so I had to let him go free in the park.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to do that either.
I
feel like my
couldn't
problem
either.
with Saw is, or just any
Shit,
horror
I'm
movie.
the person who goes around and catches bugs in the house and I let them back outside. Like, there was a big moth that, like, attacked my face, and I, like, cupped it really gently, and I let it back outside. Only thing I will kill in my house is motherfucking cockroaches, because I live in Texas. So we have cockroaches that I could put a saddle on. But everything else I'd usually try to let back out. Cockroaches and fleas, that's the other thing. Cockroaches and fleas, I will smash those gladly with a passion. Everything else I usually try to catch and just let back out, though.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to do that
Ticks,
either.
oh,
I feel like
ticks
my
too.
problem with Saw is...
What about spiders? Spiders don't bother me. Spiders are actually good to have around because they kill other insects, like flies, you know, stuff like that. I don't mind having spiders around. It's fine. There's actually a spider that lives in our mailbox, and I greet her every time I open the mailbox. I'm like, good morning, Miss Spider. It's just me. I'm grabbing my mail. So, but she's got a whole web in there. It's really pretty. She's got a really pretty web going on in the mailbox. But she minds me, and I mind her. We go about our business. We don't bother each other. So, she don't try to attack me or bite me. So she's been in that mailbox forever.
Any horror movie, really, which is another myself to do that either. I feel like my problem with Saw is, or just any horror movie, really, which is another hobby a lot of people seem to love that I just don't understand. The people never deserve it.
No.
Which I guess is kind of the point, but when it's like, oh, just some teacher who didn't like appreciate their family enough or something, it's like, this person doesn't deserve to have their like face cut in half.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever watched a Saw movie all the way through. Like, I know I've seen bits and pieces of the movies, but I've never actually like gone out of my way to like sit down and watch one. I don't know, it's just the kind of movies that are like meh to me. I don't think I've ever watched one either. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen bits and clips, but the Saw movies and the Final Destination movies, I've never actually sat down and watched either of them. I've just, I know of them from the small clips I've seen.
That's a sort of...
Enough or something, it's like, this person doesn't deserve to have their like face cut in half.
Yeah, no, that's a sort of lesson that you would learn over the course of a lifetime to like appreciate your family. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that one's gonna work itself out.
You've just given them PTSD. You haven't solved anything.
Dungeons and Dragons!
One time, I Dungeoned and Dragoned.
Okay, interesting. When was this?
I was invited to do some D&D stuff back in my university days. I showed up on a Saturday It was about 1 in the afternoon, and we were there until about 7 o'clock, and we had to call it quits at 7 o'clock because the host's mum was coming home then. In that 6 hours, I think we managed to play for about an hour, and then the other 3 hours were spent setting up the game, and the other 2 arguing about the rules.
So you had the authentic experience, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I am
I was gonna say that's pretty accurate for a D&D
about
session.
the rules.
So you had
This is pretty accurate.
the authentic experience, is what you're saying.
I am amazed that anyone gets to do more than about 15 minutes of gaming per 4-hour session. You got any D&D story? You ever kill a man?
I remember one time I went to a card store to buy some cards, and they were having like their weekly D&D night where like a whole bunch of different tables were all set up for people to play D&D.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a guy sitting at one of them who had head to toe full Deadpool merch on.
Oh.
He had a Deadpool hat, he had a Deadpool jumper on, the jeans, I believe, probably just regular jeans, but they were black to fit with the color scheme.
Yeah.
And then he had red and black sneakers, which I don't know if they were Deadpool branded, but they were definitely, continuing the color
The
scheme.
theme,
You know
yeah.
what? Maybe it was like a bad coincidence. Like, maybe these are all the things he doesn't usually wear. Because, okay, this happened to me once, right? Somehow, when I was like 11, I think my mum had bought me a camouflage shirt and camouflage shorts. And
Right.
like my dad, right, he kind of wanted me to be a bit of a snob for some reason when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
So he used to take me to the driving range all the time. And I remember looking in my closet and going, oh, I don't have anything except this camouflage shirt and these camouflage shorts that I never wear. And so I just had to wear both of those. And so I looked like I was going to the military at age 11. And I remember distinctly, like, we were waiting to go in, and there's these 2 absolute strangers who walk by in the other direction and they salute. And I just died. That's probably what happened to this dude.
Tasmania.
I think I would like to retire to a small town in Tasmania called Launceston.
Okay.
Launceston.
And one of the reasons is I was there and I was walking around downtown and, oh, neat. Looks like a Warhammer store. So I went in.
Oh, I want to say something in regards to this, but I can't.
And I bought a book, which I never read. And then I went back out, and then I walked 2 stores down, and then all of a sudden, another comic book store.
Game
Okay.
Forge? Oh.
Hey, that's brilliant. There's like 2 of these in a very small
Yeah.
town. And then I walked around the corner of the block, and there was like one of those war games
Oh my
stores
God,
right
there's
there.
so
It was all
many.
within like 100-yard radius. It was brilliant.
I'd love to find like a real nerdy town. And you're just like, yeah, we're really nerdy, so what?
Yeah, we don't reproduce.
We just make a commune in the highlands of Tasmania.
Gamer zone, no girls allowed. Damn it! This isn't fair.
So what?
Yeah,
Don't
we
think
don't
women
reproduce.
are
We just
real.
make a commune in the highlands of Tasmania, and we just ship in Warhammer and D&D.
Absolutely. And then we set up like a cross between an internet cafe and a deli, but we only let our friends in, and then everybody gets free deli meats, right? And then eventually one of us becomes the mayor. I actually Googled once the current mayor of Launceston, and I thought, you know what, I could at least
God, what a pause. What a pause. Mayor Danny Gibson.
at least take this guy in a fight.
Yeah,
Easy.
which is how they settle the mayorship in Tasmania.
Yeah, that's right. You stand in the middle of the triangle that intersects the 3 war game stores.
Yeah, and you have the ultimate war game. I've never fucking understood Yu-Gi-Oh! Because half my friends play it, but like,
I used to play OG Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't understand any of the rules, like, in current Yu-Gi-Oh! I tried, and I was very overwhelmed. It made my head feel like it was gonna explode. But I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I played the Pokemon trading card game competitively for 3 or 4 years. I was really good at it, believe it or not. I still have my badges, my gym badges from the tournaments that I went to and won. I even qualified for Worlds at one point. I have a gym badge that says it. But those days are long over, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Look at one of those cards and it is just a novel, man. It is like...
I have only ever seen the show, and that thing does not seem to have any rules at all.
Yeah, those motherfuckers just making shit up on the fly.
You can't use 2 beast cards on one deck without sacrificing at least a spirit card. And you, what? Who? Where did that happen? And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Immediately does it anyway without sacrificing the spirit card. And then he looks like he's, oh no, Yugi, you've lost all your life points. But then he's like, hold on a minute, I've got the heart of the cards. What does that mean? And then all of a sudden his poor life points come back.
Pulls out a gun.
Pulls out a gun. Entire Pokemon trainer, I am. I did play Pokemon, the physical trading card game competitively for many years. Many years. It was very fun. It was very fun.
Cards. What does that mean? And then all of a sudden his poor life points come
Just
back.
pulls out a gun.
Did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
I did. I was obsessed with it as a kid.
I
But you're right.
watched the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And then, what Yu-Gi-Oh! Had like the other protagonist? The like brown-haired protagonist Yu-Gi-Oh! Was it GX? Yeah, okay, I watched GX. Yeah. I watched the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And I watched GX. That's the one. Yeah.
Pulls out a gun.
Did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
I did. I was obsessed with it as a kid. But you're right. It has such little bearing on the actual game. I like to imagine the card designers just saw every episode come out and they're just like, fuck. How are we going to keep up with, like, because obviously kids are going to buy the decks being like, I want to do Yuki's cool move.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, please.
I remember as a kid looking up the cards and the descriptions are completely different to the show and being really disappointed. I also think some kids stole my cards. I'm not sure.
I know who it was. It was that goddamn Kaiba.
That goddamn Kaiba came to rural New Zealand and stole my...
That bastard!
It was that goddamn Kaiba.
That goddamn Kaiba came to rural New Zealand and stole my deck that was probably worth $20 maximum.
He held your grandfather to ransom, and he wanted your Dark Wizard card. I think Yugi has the... I don't know if his name is Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yugi.
His name's Yugi, and then when he turns into the version of him that's trapped in the Millennium Puzzle, he's Yummy Yugi.
I forgot about that, the Millennium Puzzle.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Millennium Eye, Yugi.
And that's right, he can like see under Yugi's clothes with it or something.
His facial expression would just change when he goes between the two of them. He had the most bizarre hair of any anime character I've ever seen. It was like, what is even happening?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey guys, out of 500 students in this anime show, which one do you think is the protagonist? Which one do you think is the main character? I don't know. It's hard to tell.
any anime character I've ever seen. It was like, what is even happening?
Yeah,
With that, it's
yeah.
like 3 different colors, and it's almost a pyramid.
At least like most anime characters here, it's like stupid, but you're like, okay, theoretically with enough hair gel, you could make that happen. Like
Right.
Cloud's hair or something.
Yeah.
Like that's just a blonde guy with spiky, like shaped hair. And then
Naruto.
Joey's just from Brooklyn for some reason, even though it's like set in
Yeah,
Japan.
you, wah, say, yeah. Wait, wasn't this in a video?
Yeah, I also did a video on this. Sorry.
Yeah.
Which you can click on the top right.
Yeah,
corner of the
don't
screen
do
right
that.
now.
Don't do that. Don't click on that.
Game over. The end. Oh,
All right, listen up, Mini Cooters. I've got your granddad. I'm going to expose him to my gamma radiation card.
I'm gonna play a mountain and tap it and cast lightning
God,
bolt
Magic
on your
the Gathering.
Are you
force.
turning Egyptian right now?
You've already done this joke before. Don't make me do blackface.
You're just in denial.
Don't make me do blackface again. What? Excuse me.
Play a mountain and tap it and cast lightning bolt on your
Are you
force.
turning Egyptian right now?
You've already done this joke before. Don't make me do blackface.
You're just in denial, Mini Cooters.
Man, you need to start finding someone else to do these.
All right, thanks for being on. I'll catch you later.
I'll see you at, well, we got D&D tonight, and then you said you're coming
Magic
for
the
Magic
Gathering.
tomorrow.
I'm
Game
coming.
of Thrones. Is he playing Roblox? God dang it. Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Game of Thrones, so Warhammer.
My mum's coming home soon. I gotta go.
We've got Yu-Gi-Oh the day after that, and then we're going to be watching Game of Thrones the day after that. Warhammer, I think, is booked in on Sundays.
How to change your voice? Dang it. How to change your voice.
I've got some terrible news.
Oh.
This is Historian.
Oh.
Internet Historian's wife.
Oh, okay. That's,
He has died. You won't be able to make any of those appointments. Don't contact this number again.
I'm at your door looking at you, though.
Please respect our privacy.
We've been talking face to
This
face.
time of bereavement.
I'm looking at you.
Do not forget World of Tanks.
The end. He died. He died. The end. Well, that's our last internet historian video ever. He died. God dang it. The endings of his videos are always so good. They're always so good. Oh my gosh. They're always like, you never know how he's gonna end a video. It always catches me by surprise. Oh, that was fantastic. Hobbies. Here's the link if you want to watch. Or give it a like, or give him a follow if you don't already follow Mr. Internet Historian and his crew. Well, that was great. That was fantastic.